Hello, Blue Jays fans, baseball fans. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Haven't hit subscribe yet? Please do so. Brand new YouTuber, so by you hitting like and subscribe, the best way you can support me. So, the postseason is up and running, and if you're a Blue Jays fan, you are massively disappointed. That's right, a 2-game sweep by the Mariners, and the season is over like that. And a lot of people have been blaming John Schneider, Blue Jays manager, for this series loss. And I thought we would talk about that a little bit today. Still disappointed myself, and it's still a head scratcher game 2. But if we're going to talk about the Blue Jays losing this series to Seattle, let's go back to game 1 quickly. A couple things happened in game 1. Alek Manoah, still exceptional. He did get roughed up for those 3 runs in the first inning. And that's just jitters. That was just Alek Manoah trying to overcome himself, trying to find the zone. And once he did, he was able to adapt and pound in there. But him having the jitters, that's completely understandable. That's what happens when you throw a high leverage game at a player who, is exceptional as Manoah is, in some regards is almost still like a rookie. He should have been a game 2 starter, in my opinion. The only issue with the Jays is they didn't have a bona fide number 1 game starter. And that's why I say game 1 may be a loss of management. If the management went out and acquired an awesome starting pitcher like Luis Castillo, like Seattle did, they could have shut down the team, could have took the pressure off Manoah, and allowed him to start game 2. But hey, hindsight's 50-50, and I do know the asking prices for starting pitchers was certainly in demand at trade deadline. Second to that, I think the Jays got a little bit complacent, a little bit laxy-daisy. They felt, Manoah's on the mound, we got this one. And then Castillo started biting them and hitting them hard. And the Jays were just a little bit overwhelmed in game 1. Maybe that's the power of Luis Castillo. Maybe that's them not having that aggressive approach because they were relying on that game from Manoah. And game 2 started, and the boys, they didn't disappoint. They knew they had to get aggressive. They knew they had to get tough. And that's why we got out to that solid 8-1 lead. And I know Kevin Gausman was starting, I don't want to say struggle. That's what happens when you get into the 5th, 6th inning. You know, they're going to start to get some hits off that pitcher. And this is where John Schneider did mess up. Question is, why did he pull Gausman? Is there anybody else better in the bullpen at that time? Then maybe a Gausman who's starting to struggle? I don't think so. And it's certainly not Tim Mesa. This is high leverage games. And I think John Schneider, again, feeling comfortable. 8-1 lead. Even if Mesa lets in a couple, we're going to be okay. If you've managed postseason games before, you know an 8-run lead is still something to be nervous about because it's not the 9th inning. The book ain't over. And anything can happen in postseason baseball, and that's what happened to the Blue Jays. They just started to unravel. The dominoes started to fall, but that first domino was pushed by John Schneider, and that ain't great. And then the Jays, being a young core, they just weren't able to stop that fall, to stop that collapse. And that's something that a big manager should be able to do as well. And that's the second part of game 2 where Schneider fell flat. And that's why ultimately I think John Schneider, this might have cost him his job. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Comments below. I know it's a disappointing time to be a Blue Jays fan. Still a great time to be a baseball fan, but not the way we want this season to end. Was it John Schneider's fault? Should Jays management added more? Always appreciate your comments. Let me know below. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll talk soon. Take care, guys.